that way people can stay.
96.5 KECO in Elk City, Oklahoma. It is the special Election Day edition of the Early Morning Show, and we are so excited to give you live reports of how voting is going inside the studio.
I got notice here on the Early Morning Show phone, on my phone through Facebook, that it's Election Day, and I touched the screen, and it took me to the voter portal so I could register to vote. And I thought, I'm pretty sure you have to be registered before today to get to vote today, in today's election today.
Oh.
So bless their hearts. Nathan, did you hear? I know you heard, but I'm going to ask it anyway. I was driving up this morning to the radio station, and I heard on the radio that even though the Democratic Party in the state of Oklahoma has allowed independent voters to vote in Democratic Party primaries in previous elections, going back at least 2 or 3 election cycles. This is at least 4 to 6 years they've been doing this. This year, that's not going to happen. Today, that's not going to happen. Why? Because according to the state election board, the Democratic Party didn't get the paperwork in on time.
Boo.
And so if you're
Why are they disenfranchising people?
If you're an independent who wanted to vote in today's Democratic primary, you're out of luck, mister.
Boo!
I heard that the Libertarian Party, which exists, which is the thing, can have primaries, but doesn't have more than one candidate in any race. According to the radio, if you can believe what you hear on the radio.
707, 66 degrees, 90% humidity. It's going to be a beautiful day to vote. And people are already streaming into this studio to vote, which is odd because you cannot legally vote here. But people are coming in anyway to vote for their favorite morning radio show.
You still vote on Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
Is that how you cast your ballot?
Well, don't you? It's so convenient.
Well, I was going to see if you did first, and then if it worked for you, I was going to do it.
Haven't you heard about the new election rules? Going on Facebook and giving your political opinion counts as a vote.
That's a vote?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Who's counting that? Mark Zuckerberg? The president? Who's the grand poobah of the internet now? Is it Elon Musk?
Mike Gundy? Bob Stoops.
Who's your favorite Elon?
Elon John, that singer? No, wait, there's a T in there.
Hold me closer, Tiny Dancer. That guy? Sir Elton?
You've got 2 choices for your big machinery. Either wait until you bust a hose and have an emergency, or get ahead of things by being supplied ahead of time. Choice is up to you. American Hose and Supply will help either way. American Hose inside the Camrock building next to Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City. You can call that bunch at 303-1123. Landry, call that bunch.
That bunch.
That hose bunch.
You ever just make yourself laugh?
Yeah.
I just thought in my head, I just asked Bailey Carpenter a question.
What was her answer in your head?
No. Yeah, it was a little bit. In my head, I asked her if she was still a student at Central State College.
Central State College.
Did I tell you about the time former Oklahoma Supreme Court Justice Marion Opala spoke to my class at Oklahoma City University, and he referred to Oscar Rose College?
And then he talked about the young ladies using a pattern to make their dresses, right?
Behold the dress pattern, Nathan.
Yeah. Is your name, ma'am, get into that microphone. Is your name, raise that microphone. I mean, get right in it. And is your name still Bailey Carpenter?
It is still Bailey Carpenter.
Good. Are you still a student at Central State College in Edmond?
I actually graduated in May.
Central State College. See, when Nathan and I were kids, it was Central State College, and then it became University of Central Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So we're not old geezers who don't know the name of the school. You graduated?
I did.
Hey,
I graduated in May.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
With a degree in?
It's in general studies with emphasis in fine arts and education.
Fine arts and education. Do you want to be a fine arts educator?
I'm actually teaching 5th grade in the fall.
Really?
Yes.
Where?
At Clinton.
Ah, well, bless your heart. What are you teaching?
English.
Oh, we need good English teachers.
You know, reading's important.
Listen, I have all the confidence in the world.
Reading
in
is
this
important.
young lady. Yes, and she's going to teach them well.
All right, Bailey Carpenter, let's ignore Landry for now. Tell everybody why you're here.
I am currently directing the children's program in Red Carpet Community Theater this summer. We split it, and it's 2 shows. So there's a children's show and a teen show, and right now we're doing the children's show, which is for 6 to 11-year-olds, and it's Alice in Wonderland Jr.
Has the cast already been set?
Yes, it's on Facebook.
The cast is on Facebook?
Yes.
Is the show going to be on Facebook only, or is it
The
going to be at the
cast-
theater?
The cast was announced on Facebook. Yes, the cast is already set. We cast. It's for the children's show. It's just 2 weeks, so we cast the week before last, and then we worked all last week, and then we'll work this week, and then we open on Friday.
How can they learn all their lines in that short amount of time?
Kids are sponges. They memorize things very, very quickly. They already know all of their songs and all of their dances. Right now, all they still have to work on memorizing is their lines, but most of them already have their lines memorized.
Oh,
No.
to be young again.
way.
To be young again.
I
Nathan.
can't even memorize his name. And you're telling me these little kids can get the whole script and choreography in a couple of weeks?
They actually memorize choreography faster than scenes where it's just blocking. So if they're just like standing and talking, they memorize the choreo a lot faster.
Why is that, do you suppose?
I think just because it goes along with music. Music helps you memorize a lot of things. You know, people listen to music when they study for a reason.
All right, let me ask you this. What you've learned in college, but what you've learned in theater and teaching, the little ones, do you think you'll be able to take that into the classroom at Clinton this fall?
Yes. Well, I actually subbed at Clinton this whole past year, primarily at the same school, so 2nd through 5th graders. And teaching theater with kids is really helpful because, it's a really high energy environment and you have to stay on your feet all the time. And that definitely is helpful in a classroom, especially if you're subbing because you don't always know what you're walking into when you walk into that room.
A lot of truth was just spoken. You just dropped a truth bomb on us.
Bailey, don't you come from some teaching stock?
I do. Both of my grandmothers were teachers. My mom is a teacher's aide. My dad teaches at the Western Technology Center. My grandpa's a teacher. My aunt is a teacher.
You can't get away from it.
No.
Okay, I know one of your grandmothers because one of your grandmothers taught us.
Yes.
Okay, tell me about your grandmother who isn't Mary Fern Carpenter.
Jan McConnell, she taught 2nd grade at Elk City for a long
No
time.
way. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Get out. Get out right now. Yeah, so you've got it in the blood.
Yes.
Do you love teaching?
I do. I really love it. And I love teaching theater. This is my 4th summer working this camp, my 3rd summer running it. So.
But how challenging was it growing up under Chris Carpenter's roof?
I wouldn't call it challenging. I would call it formative. I would say that the sense, you have to have a sense of humor. You have to always be on your toes. So really, he was very influential in my theater career.
I rather enjoy his Facebook posts.
He does too.
We're talking to Bailey Carpenter this morning, Red Carpet Community Theater. It's the children's program? Is that what the overall?
I usually say the Red Carpet Community Theater's children's theater program. Some people call it Red Carpet Academy, but
wow,
I like
sounds
I think that sounds very fancy.
sounds almost militaristic. They have uniforms they show up in and have to march before they on
No,
stage.
just T-shirts.
Okay, so you've divided it into 2 shows this summer. You've got one for 6 to 11 years old?
Yes, and the others for 12 to 18.
Okay, the first show for 6 to 11 is Alice in Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland Junior, yes.
Junior. When is it going to be?
It is this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The Friday and Saturday shows are at 7:30, and the Sunday show is at 2 o'clock matinee.
Okay, people need to get tickets?
Yes, we opened it to just parents and season ticket holders yesterday, and we already sold nearly 200 tickets, and it goes on sale to the general public today.
How do they get tickets?
Online at the Red Carpet Community Theater website, or you can call the box office.
What is
By the way, rcct.org, which I've just memorized through many years.
what while listening to music?
Mm-hmm.
What is the red carpet seating capacity? Do you know?
It is, I believe, 100 and something. I don't know exactly off the top of my head.
That is a great room. I really like being in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's cozy and it's tight, and the audience is right there, and I think it creates a lot of energy in the room, which has to help.
In
the
my
actors.
opinion, I've never been to a Broadway show, but when you see TV footage, when they actually show the theater, they're not huge.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the benefits of theater is it's usually not a one-off. A show will do a run for whether it's a week, a month, 6 months, whatever it is. And even community theater, you do a weekend or two. So you get either 3 or 6 shows. And so you can still get a lot of people over the course of the run. But for an individual performance, in my opinion, the tighter room with the smaller crowd, but you're closer together and closer to the stage, I think it provides a better experience for the audience than being in the nosebleeds at the Paycom watching Engelbert Humperdinck.
Well, my favorite way to do theater personally that I've done is in a black box theater, which is what it sounds like. It's a room that's the ceiling and all the walls and the floor are painted black, and the stage can be whatever you want it to be. You just arrange the chairs however you want them, and wherever chairs are not is what the stage is.
Black box theater. I think I've heard of that. Do we have that in Oklahoma?
Yeah, well, there's one at University of Central Oklahoma. The theater at Southwestern is technically a black box theater. The Hilltop Theater is technically a black box.
Ah.
Talking to Bailey Carpenter of Red Carpet Community Theater's Children's Academy program summertime series. You've got the Alice in Wonderland Junior, which is this weekend for kids age 6 to 11. Tell me about the older ages.
So we're doing Beetlejuice Junior for 12 to 18-year-olds, but also a lot of my students that are doing Beetlejuice are also serving as counselors for Alice in Wonderland Junior. So with the exception of one of them, I have 8 counselors, and all except one of them have done camp previously, and now they're teaching it to the younger kids. They're 14 through 22 plus me, so there's 9 of us total. 2 of them are doing the choreography by themselves. One of them is teaching the music by herself.
How do these kids know how to do that?
Well, I taught them. And
Come on, Nathan. Figure it out.
except the choreographers, they did that themselves. I'm not a dancer. But those girls have done dance and cheer and gymnastics before, so they have lots of experience, and they've done theater for several years now. And they were 2 of my strong. It's Abby Cox and Presley Bentley. They both go to Sayre. They'll be at Sayre High School next year.
So this is not just for Oak City kids, it's for area students?
Yes, it's area. I have some kids from Clinton, some from Sayre, Merritt, Leedy, all over.
How often do you rehearse? How often do you meet for rehearsal or camp sessions or whatever you call them? I don't know.
So for Alice in Wonderland, there's 2 weeks of camp, and it's Monday through Friday from 12 to 5. And then Beetlejuice is the same schedule, but it's 3 weeks.
Wow.
And it'll be in July. So there's about a week break, and then we start back up.
So these kids do have to make a commitment to do this.
Yes.
Landry,
How much fun do these kids have doing this?
Well, I would hope that they have a lot of fun. They keep coming back, so it seems like they enjoy it.
Do you enjoy it?
I do. I love it a lot.
Do the counselors, who are themselves kids, do they seem to enjoy the teaching aspect?
Yes, and I actually think that some of them really shine in that aspect. For example, my youngest counselor, Presley, she's one of the choreographers. She's only 14, and she's a great teacher. She's really great with all the kids, and they like her, and they listen to her.
Well, I was going to ask, how do the little ones react to the slightly older kids?
They love the older kids because they really look up to them. So they love having the counselors there. And this is the first year I've done it that way with counselors, because I was able to split it into 2 camps. And the older kids have always been leaders, and they've been around them the past 3 years of camp. A lot of my kids have been here all 4 years.
So what is it like for you to be the old lady there? Who's the geezer? Oh, that's Bailey. Wow. I mean, are you ready to retire, ma'am?
Well, some of the counselors call me Great Grand Bailey.
Oh, wow.
And there's one other counselor that she just graduated, Sydney Skinner. She just graduated from the theater program at Southwestern, and she's the same age as me, and they call her Gam Gam. So
it starts early. The ridicule, the ageism and the ridicule starts
we're
early.
only 22. So
that is fantastic. So let's recap. What do the people need to know? Red Carpet Community Theater. What do you call children's program?
I say the children's theater program.
Okay, and so it's in 2 sessions, ages 6 to 11. This weekend we'll be doing Alice in Wonderland Junior. You can get your tickets now.
Yes, they're on sale now.
rcct.org.
About how many kids are involved in this total?
I have 35 campers, and 7 of my my counselors are teenagers, so and the one adult and me, and then I have a couple other teenagers that are helping out.
That's a pretty robust
a
group.
lot.
Yeah.
What do you do for lunch? I mean, the kids have to bring sandwiches?
I tell them to eat before they come because we start at noon, but I do a snack at 2 o'clock every day.
Oh, and followed by a nap.
I wish.
Just for you and the old folks,
Right.
you 20-year-olds.
You guys,
Me and Gam take a nap after snack.
Grandma Bailey and Gam Gam are going to be taking a nap. Kids, y'all be quiet. Y'all go on stage and talk about Alice in
Go
Wonderland.
run your lines while we grab a nap.
Then the second show, which is going to be Beetlejuice Jr.
Yes.
When is that?
It is. Let me pull up the dates. It's in July, and I'm bad at dates, so I don't want to tell you wrong.
Is the air conditioner running well at the building?
It is.
It's a hot time of year.
Yeah, it is.
It is. It's running well.
Excellent.
The kids have not complained too much.
And you know, if you leave the lights off,
Okay.
it seems cooler.
And registration for Beetlejuice is still open until July 1st. If there are any teenagers who are interested, I leave it open as long as I can. Auditions are June 30th and July 1st, and the performance dates are July 24th through 26th and July 31st through August 2nd.
Will non-parents have to wait to get tickets for that?
So it'll be the same as for this show. So tickets went on sale for parents yesterday, and then tickets were on sale for the general public today, and Beetlejuice will be the same way.
I see. Okay, so just a slight delay to give
Just
family.
wanted to make sure the parents could actually see their children.
You know, and it seems as though parents really do want to see their children perform.
It appears that way.
It really does. Bailey Carpenter, it's the Children's Summer Acting Program at Red Carpet Community Theater. Bailey Carpenter is the director, and this fall, she'll be a full-time teacher at Clinton 5th grade, teaching the youngsters English. Bailey, always a pleasure to see you. Good luck in the run this summer.
Thank you.
It is now 22 minutes after the hour. It is our special Election Day edition. People continue to file into our studio to vote because they think they can vote here, and they can't, but we appreciate it.
Keep chugging that coffee. The Brewer Boys will be back with the early morning show in a couple of minutes.
I don't think a lot of people really know what we do yet and what all we have. We do bulk oil, filters, any kind of consumables for the, your sprays, your penetrating oils, anything like that. Antifreezes, greases, any kind of oil field product for engines, farm equipment, any kind of filter we can get. Bulk nuts and bolts, electrical fasteners, zip ties, any type of that type of stuff. I do farming. I sell a lot of the stuff to my friends that are farmers. The company we use, they make all the filters anyway, so you're going to get the same filter. Camrock is the name of the company. We've got what you need for your agriculture or oil field industry, whatever you need. It's 2111 South Main, Elk City, south of Fred's Steakhouse. I'm Ronnie Red. Myself, Brock Kalk, and Casey Miller are your owners at Camrock, 3 local guys just looking to do business with our community.
But Corbin, I don't work for Ford. Doesn't matter, Nathan. We're going to treat you like you work directly for the Ford Motor Company.
Hey, Ford employees get a pretty sweet deal, right?
The sweetest. Even cheaper than we can buy it at BD Ford. Right now, everybody pays what Ford Motor Company employees pay on every single vehicle line we've got. Ford's never done this before. Take advantage of the super special employee pricing right now at Barbara Dyson Ford in Oak City, online at barbaradysonford.net.
Cotton producers, is your cotton already locked into the co-op pool this year? What if you could stay in the pool without having to gin through the co-op? Here's the good news. PCCA now allows independent gins like Carson County Gin to place your cotton into the pool you've already signed up for. That means you keep your pool marketing benefits while gaining the flexibility of an independent gin, family-style service, strong communication, and historically higher seed prices at independent gins in Texas. You'll still benefit from risk mitigation, professional expertise, and improved cash flow. This just lets you focus on farming while experts manage price volatility. But now you'll get to enjoy what independence brings. Constant communication from faces and voices you recognize, and historically higher seed prices. Same pool, different path, more options for your operation. Carson County Gin, 17 miles west of Pampa. Built around producers, tradition, and family.
Try the penny news for your business. It's the little paper with a big punch.
Your morning dose of information returns right now. Let's get back to the early morning show on KECO.
Struggling early in life is something I think everybody should do. When you're first out on your own, a very young adult, struggle is good. It teaches you resourcefulness. It teaches you to appreciate things. It teaches you discipline. It helps you to work hard. But when you're 60, 65, 70, that's not a time you want to struggle. So you've got about 35 or 40 years to get ready. Are you getting ready, or are you going to struggle? Huh? Will you be able to eat in retirement? Advanced Financial Strategies. RetireWithBacca.com. Landry, let me be the first to wish you a happy Election Day.
So, Nathan, you're telling me that all of the independent voters who want to vote in the Democratic primary can do that here?
Well, no, I'm telling you they can come here. They cannot actually vote here, but they can come here.
Well, today is Election Day, and Facebook tried to direct me to the Oklahoma voter portal so that I could register to vote.
Wait a minute. Isn't that where all the college kids go to change schools?
And vote. Yeah, you can sign up for a new school, and you can vote. Did you hear any stories about what Congress is trying to do with the portal and transferring?
Limiting to one?
Yeah. Is that going to happen?
Probably not, because nobody has political will anymore. It would be great if they did, in my opinion.
Ted Cruz and somebody else
Yeah,
authored the
that's
bill?
right. I think it was Ted. I don't remember who else,
You
but I think
know,
you're right.
I'm not a big time fan of government getting involved in things, but this might be one of those areas.
But schools are a government thing.
Well, that's true. If they receive, well, well, there you go. They get grants and loans and whatnot from the Fed, from the federal government, and banks. Do banks have the same problem with portals with all the local bankers? Are they switching banks in the portal?
728, 68 degrees. We're going to hit about 90 this afternoon. You're forecasting a few more. To the text line, 225-9697. Can we call in our vote on Tradio today, asking for a friend? I love you, Drew and Casey. Thank you. I showed up to the station and told the lady up front I was there to vote. She gave me a free bumper sticker and a keychain and told me I couldn't vote there. Then she told me if I showed up again, she'd call the law. 225-9697. Let me tell you something. By the way, we've reached the time of year now.
Mm-hmm.
It happens when it warms up, when I have more trouble falling asleep. I've noticed it usually hits in the summer. This is so annoying. Landry, at 9 o'clock, I started feeling really tired last night. Okay, so I struggled. I stayed awake till like 9:30. I kept trying to read. I read.
You fight it like I do?
Yeah, sure.
Why do we do that?
Instinct. Because I'm afraid if I go to sleep, either a tornado will come or the government will come get me.
See, my instinct is if I go to sleep, I miss the fun. Night is fun time. That's my fun time. And I'm afraid, and I don't want to lose that. See, you give up. You give in.
So you're thinking, okay,
lose out on the fun time.
If you're tired at 9 and you struggle to stay awake till 9:30, you're going to go to sleep easy.
Yeah.
So, but then
Yeah.
you go floss and brush and make sure to pop your toes and get, alphabetize your shirts and everything. And so then I go to lay down, and guess what?
Wide open?
Wide awake. Wide awake.
Have you considered beginning your nighttime routine earlier?
Okay, but
8:30, 8:45?
I'm getting somewhere with this.
And then once you're tired, you just get in bed.
Landry, I'm getting somewhere in relation to today's election.
Oh.
There's a particular candidate
Okay.
who I already wasn't going to vote for. But if I was even on the fence, what happened last night would have actually sealed the deal.
Mm-hmm.
On a night, well, look, I go to bed early because I get up early. And then last night, I have trouble going to sleep. And I think I was about this close to being asleep at one point.
Mm-hmm.
I was a half inch away from being asleep.
Right.
And my phone goes, ding.
You leave your phone on?
Yeah.
Your notification? You can turn off your notifications.
I'd never remember to turn them off or on in the day. Anyway, Landry, I'm getting somewhere with this.
Well, first of all, I'm begging you to turn off your text notifications.
Ding!
See?
Phone goes off, it lights up, and of course now I'm away. I better go. It's 10:33, and it's one of those stupid candidate texts. 10:33. Now I'm not gonna name the guy running for governor, but I was already not going to vote for him,
Mhm.
but now I'm going to go
Encourage
tell people,
other people to
Yes.
not vote for him.
That is so rude. 10:33 at night.
Maybe he thought you had your notifications off,
Then why text me at 10:33?
so you'll see it first thing in the morning when you get up on election day.
No, Landry, they can control when these go out.
Well, yeah.
They should have scheduled it for first thing in the morning.
Well, maybe there are some people who are up then. Have you ever noticed? You ever get up in the morning and you look on Facebook at 5 o'clock and 3 hours ago people are posting? I grew up thinking that older people went to bed early. Well, if they do, they must set their alarm for about midnight or 1 and get up and start posting on Facebook.
Really?
Yes.
1 o'clock in the morning?
I see people posting at midnight and 1 and 2, and I don't know if they're insomniacs. I don't know if they're working the graveyard shift in retirement. I don't know what they're doing.
You're talking about older people.
I'm talking about retired people.
You know what I think? I mean, I'm only 50 and I have trouble sleeping. I think probably by the time you're 65 or 70, you probably really have trouble. And so I think that's what people do. If they either don't go to bed at all or they go to bed and then get up and, well, let's go look at Facebook. Let's see what everybody's doing on Facebook. Maybe I'll post something on Facebook.
Which probably perpetuates the sleeplessness.
It does. The experts say you shouldn't stare at screens.
Yeah. For what, 30 minutes before you go to bed? Turn off your notifications, and you won't be awakened at 10:33.
And Landry, speaking, of course, today's election day, and let me encourage everybody, stop by the radio station on your way to vote and tell us how you're going to vote and bring us baked goods. If you'll do those two things, it'll be a really good election day. Let me say this. I can't give you a specific dollar amount on what it costs to send a mailer to a registered voter. But I know that based on the TV ads we've seen in Oklahoma City and the mailers that have come to my mailbox, and they're paying somebody to send out these unwanted texts, these candidates are spending tons of money. And let me tell you something, and I'm going to come across as a homer, but what I'm about to say I believe is actually true. If they would do a basic mass media campaign, which would include radio, they would get much more bang for their buck, and they would be hated a lot less. People are, I mean, you can be obnoxious if you want to in a 30-second radio ad, but it seems to hit different than when you're obnoxious in the mailer. It's just nonstop barrage of weird stuff on these mailers. Like the guy who allegedly didn't vote for Trump, and they knew that from records, which is interesting.
Did you ever get your question answered? How do people know how a guy voted in a presidential election? Wasn't that it? Supposedly somebody didn't vote for Trump in the election?
Well,
24?
As the sheriff pointed out yesterday, it might be the case that this particular candidate didn't vote at all. And so the opposition could legitimately say, well, he didn't vote for Trump if he didn't vote at all. Although I've seen rebuttal evidence saying that wasn't true. But if they would run, I continually, here's the problem. The candidates, whether it is a state legislative race or a statewide race, there only seems to be a small handful of these campaign people who run these Republican campaigns, and they all do the exact same thing. They will run a fairly heavy, if they can afford it, as much as they can afford to run on TV ads. Although it's not even the campaigns anymore, it's these third-party dark money groups that are doing it. Probably in conjunction with the campaign, but whatever. And then they do mailers. They've got the list of registered voters and people who voted in the last however many elections. So what they do is they flood mailboxes with mailers, and they go on Oklahoma City TV, target the news. Landry, over the weekend.
Especially during the primaries. Because in Oklahoma, if you win the primary, it's as good as, in the Republican Party, that's as good as winning the general election.
I think it was maybe Sunday evening. It was either Saturday or Sunday evening, watching Oklahoma City news, and I'm not kidding you. In a commercial break, saw 4 political ads in a row, then a quick 15-second ad for Wade's RV, and then they went back and did 2 more political ads. I think there were 6 political commercials in one break. So what these 3 or 4 campaign people, I guess, I don't know if they're PR and strategy people. Anyway, the Republicans in Oklahoma, there must be a small handful they use, and they all do the same thing. And they all make basically the same arguments. It's nothing about issues. It's just attack the opponent and try to find They do a lot of research into this inane stuff that they think will sway people. If they would run a campaign for 2 or 3 months of radio, which would be much cheaper, they would get more repetition, which you have to convince people. They would get much more repetition, much cheaper, in ways that, and if they actually ran ads that made you like the guy or gal, if they ran ads that make you like them, those ads would be received a lot better. Everybody around here hates these mailers and the TV ads now. They hate them, and they're angry. And I'm angry I got a 10:33 p.m. text.
I cannot imagine wanting to be governor or attorney general so badly that I'm willing to endure all the hassle, the money raising, the spending, the campaigning, and then doing the job. I cannot imagine wanting to do either of those jobs badly enough to endure all of that and spend all of that money.
And then on top of that, here's what you got to do. If you're, let's take the top 4 Republican contenders for governor. You know, Landry, as well as I do, that there is not a hair's breadth of difference between those 4 gentlemen politically. But what they've got to do is find a few supposed alleged differences and then just ram each other. And I mean, they are just, and of course, it's not them doing it. It's these dark money groups, these third parties. But they're just saying ugly things about each other. And you've got to be willing to allow your campaign to, I guess. I mean, they're all doing it. I wouldn't want my campaign associated with, that's just depressing. But if you need to be in power that badly, have at it. But that's why I've become even more disillusioned with politics.
Are you prepared to speculate as to what Republicans will wind up in the runoff?
No.
Who are running for governor?
No, because I've realized I have no idea what's going on. I really thought Mick Cornett would beat Kevin Stitt.
I did too.
8 years ago. I was shocked that Kevin Stitt came out of nowhere and beat him because Mick Cornett was so well known and seemed so well liked.
I will say, if it's true that, am I allowed to say this on Election Day? We're not violating any rules, are we?
For what?
It
Depends on what you say.
Well, if one candidate running for governor has actually been endorsed by Donald Trump, I got to like his chances in Oklahoma. But if another candidate was recently endorsed by Barry Switzer, Bob Stoops, and Mike Gundy, I got to like his chances too. Maybe those are the 2 candidates who wind up in the runoff. Okay, it's Maisie
and here's
Keating.
here's something nobody's talking about. There are 9 Republicans on the ballot.
Going to be awfully hard for somebody to get a majority of votes.
It's almost certainly going to go to a runoff.
Yeah.
So this is just the run-up for the runoff, which would be in August, I think.
That sounds about right.
And,
about 6 weeks
and then
later.
And by the way, Cindy Munson is a Democrat running. Are there any others?
I think there's one other person. Has anybody seen any ads?
No.
Do they have any money?
I saw Landry. Cindy Munson was having a garage sale over the weekend to raise money.
Money on hand. The last time she reported, she had $47.18 on hand.
And proud to have it.
To get her through the rest of the election. So all of her campaigning is on social media. It's all Facebook. Free social media campaign.
One of our listeners said, governor pay is $147,000 a year. You tell me there's not lots of under-the-table money for the office of governor position when you were spending that kind of money to run for a job that only pays $147,000 a year? And then a follow-up to that on the text line, 225-9697. The only honest guy in the whole governor's election is Steve. Vote for Steve. If you don't vote for Pedro, vote for Steve. 3 things you need to know. Recent hail means they've dropped prices. Closeouts in the 2025 models means they've dropped prices. And super special employee pricing means they've dropped prices at Barber, Dyson, Ford.
Do the football coaches have juice? Do they still have juice? Switzer, Stoops, Gundy. I mean, we know Trump has juice. But do the football, I mean, getting Barry Switzer's endorsement with Toby Keith sure helped Brad Henry about 20 years ago, right?
I don't know.
Nathan and Landry Brewer will continue to confuse you in just a little bit.
Duh.
On the early morning show on KECO.
I mean, because when they're in a bind, they're in a bind. You want that company to think of you first. Oh, we need this. Well, call Brock. You call me. We'll get it taken care of. When they call you, they want you to answer the phone, And whether it's Sunday, Saturday, or Monday, they also want customer service. Do what you say you're going to do. You needed a hose like yesterday. We will stop what we're doing. And if we got to go to our Oklahoma City shop and get it, we'll do that. And I've done that for a lot of my customers. If they call me, they're expecting me to get whatever task done. To a farmer, a tractor, combine, gets them up and running. He's back in the field, makes some money. Guy in the oil field, their piece of equipment's running again. That makes them money. Solves that problem. I'm Brock Kalk, and my company is American Hose and Supply. Come by and see us at 2111 South Main, Elk City, Oklahoma, in Camrock Building next to Fred's.
Or call 303-1123. 303-1123.
Why wouldn't you?
I'm a dental nerd because I love dentistry. I love what I get to do. I love learning anything more that I can to help serve my patients. And also it helps fulfill me because I enjoy what I'm doing. I love what I do. My favorite part is the chairside interactions with patients and my team. I have an opportunity to do a few artistic things. I love the cosmetic aspects of dentistry. Part of it because I've had other people make me feel like I'm good at it. And who doesn't want to feel good about something if somebody tells you that you're good at it?
I'm Dr. Jamie Cameron, Southwest Dentistry and Cosmetics in Weatherford, catty corner to Walgreens. swdentalok.com.
Southwest Dentistry and Cosmetics, where we treat you like family and do life-changing dentistry.
Briley Baca is an investment advisor representative of and advisory services offered through Royal Fund Management, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Every dollar you save for retirement has a silent partner, and it's your crazy Uncle Sam. He's waiting with his hand out, ready to take a chunk of your IRA, your 401k, and even your Social Security if you're not careful. But here's the truth. You can fight back. With the right strategy, you can keep more of your hard-earned money in your pocket and out of Washington's. At Advanced Financial Strategies, we specialize in family wealth management, helping families in western Oklahoma cut down on future tax bills, maximize income, and keep control of their financial future. Don't wait for the IRS to decide how much of your retirement you get to keep. Call me, Briley Baca, a certified financial planner professional here in Clinton, at 323-6800, or visit our website, retirewithbaca.com. Advanced Financial Strategies, your money, your future, your choice.
Carter Electric, bringing you the weather, doing it right now, and Nathan Landry together, gonna do the weather. Carter Electric, honey, sunny. I tried to say sunny with a high of 92, and it came out honey. Sunny with a high of 92, 92-degree voting weather today. Southwest winds 5 to 10. Tonight mostly clear, 72. Tomorrow, are you kidding? I'm glad we didn't have to vote tomorrow. It'd be dangerous.
Brother, it's going to get hot.
102 tomorrow, 102.
Well,
Today 92, tomorrow 102. Right now in the back porch, 69 degrees, clear skies, light winds. Humidity still seems to be high, which is odd, but it'll be dropping. Landry, when your operation runs on equipment, you have to keep your equipment running.
Mm-hmm.
Just about everything your engines need are at Camrock. Buy in bulk. Camrock Supply. Save time, save money. Next to Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City.
Hey, happy anniversary. A big one. It's one of those anniversaries that ends in 5.
Is 0 or 5?
05. It's a 5-ending anniversary. Shiloh and Holly Stover.
Wow.
Shiloh Stover, Holly Stover.
I said wow before I heard the date.
Shiloh and Holly Stover, 25 years.
Woo!
And I saw something pretty cool. A woman named Sue Wallen baked their wedding cake.
Get out.
25 years ago. Guess what she just did?
Baked them
another
anniversary cake?
Took the piece out of the freezer and gave it to
Do people still do that? Do they still freeze the wedding cake and a year later on the anniversary pretend to eat a bite?
Oh, we did. Nothing left. There was nothing left, Nathan. Do people still do that? Good question. Why do people do that? Freeze it a year later? A year later. Are you kidding me?
One of our listeners on the text line.
Well, by the way, happy anniversary to the Stovers, Shiloh and Holly in Elk City.
25
years. 225-9697 is
okay.
the text line. Okay. Nathan and I just met a very, very
Yeah, we
pleasant
did.
fellow named Johnny Brooks. Am I right or am I right?
That's right. My man was CTC, Consumer Textile Corporation. A lot of people don't know that's what CTC stands for.
Yeah.
CTC stands for. That's what CTC in Clinton stands for. Consumer Textile Corporation.
Not
now you
Clinton Textile?
Didn't you deal in textiles for a while?
Importer, exporter. Mm-hmm.
And of course, he works for Liz Johnson over there. You know the Johnsons of Clinton, not of Kingfisher, of Clinton.
You know what? It made my day. Johnny Brooks came in. What a nice guy. Said, I'm a fan.
How about
I'm
that?
a fan. I said, we have fans?
Very nice young man. At our age, anybody under 40 is a young man. Well, any man under 40 is.
50. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
Johnny Brooks, he said he's a fan. Johnny Brooks, nice to meet you. Working for CTC, putting in a day, helping America be America, okay? Keeping us clean.
Do you think he's on his way to vote?
Here's what I know from the text line. Whoever wins will raise all the money they personally spent back. They'll use funds to reimburse all expenses, file as loans to campaign.
Well, yeah, I saw something recently. All of these candidates, the gubernatorial candidates, and how much money that they have loaned their campaigns. Millions of dollars. I don't think that these people with millions of dollars to loan themselves, to loan their campaigns, are doing the job for the money. As was alluded to, the 147,000. They're not doing it for the money. It's obvious. Well, they're not doing it for the salary. No, the benefits maybe, but they've got millions of dollars to loan their own campaign.
Okay, then why are they doing it?
The power, influence,
ego,
vanity, vanity exercise. I mean, I'm glad people are willing to do it. Don't get me wrong.
Somebody got to do it.
I'm glad that people are willing to do it. I can't imagine being willing to do it, but I guess if you've conquered business and industry and you've made your millions, what's next?
One of our listeners says, year-old frozen cake is gross. Now some bakers are kind and bake a small cake on your anniversary.
Oh, well, that's nice.
That is very nice.
Need to look into that.
Happy anniversary. 225-9697, 12 minutes away from the top.
Nathan,
Yes, go
do
ahead.
you remember the Flintstone song?
Yeah.
Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary,
happy anniversary. Yes, it's very plain to see. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Oh, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary.
That was from the Flintstones, right?
Well, yeah.
And you know how we learned it? Music, song.
Bailey Carpenter taught us that during the commercial
Do you remember
break.
the choreography and the line and the lines? I'm sorry. Go ahead and say.
I don't
whatever it
remember what I
is.
was going to say now. Oh, no, now I do. Now I remember, Landry.
Say what you mean to say. Say what you mean to say.
Are there any either gubernatorial candidates or and the attorney general's race is the nastiest?
Yeah, and that's what's really interesting.
Are there any gubernatorial candidates or attorney general candidate that anybody is really fired up about? That they really, yeah, man, this is going to put our feet back on the path of righteousness, and then God bless America again.
Why is it that in Oklahoma we don't just have the governor appoint and have the state senate confirm an attorney general like we do at the national level?
Populism. Landry, populism.
Do we really think? I'm not a lawyer. I've never studied the law. I am not well versed in Oklahoma statutes or the Constitution. So why should I get to vote for the guy or gal, can you say gal, the man or the woman, who's going to be the state's top law enforcement officer, basing decisions on the American Constitution, the Oklahoma Constitution, and statutory law in Oklahoma?
Well, you know the answer to that.
What is the answer?
About the founding of Oklahoma,
Yes,
and
but-
how populism was a big deal, meaning they want the people to really less Republican and more Democratic rule. Meaning, not party, meaning back in 1907, they didn't want government to have control. They wanted the people to have control. And so when they wrote the Oklahoma Constitution, it was written so that more power was given to people on the ground and less to those holding office.
Why hasn't that been changed? I mean, you're right. Here in the state of Oklahoma.
Because Oklahoma has never changed that ideology. The parties themselves have changed, but the ideology in Oklahoma has not changed.
That was not isolated to Oklahoma. That was a national movement. It was 1907. Oklahoma's Constitution was written and joined the Union and all that. And it was 6 years later that the 17th Amendment was added to the United States Constitution, and the voters started getting to elect United States senators instead of having the state legislators do it. Why? Populism. Same reason that in Oklahoma we decided the voters need to elect everybody, like the attorney general, even though the
sheriff.
And the overwhelming majority of voters probably don't have the information and expertise necessary to cast informed votes about things like the attorney general.
And you could argue that that is actually counter to what the founders wanted when they wrote the United States Constitution.
Yes. But that was 1787, and by 1907, well, we'd come a long way, baby.
Yeah. 225-9697, one of our listeners said, Steve is giving out year-old cake to promote his gubernatorial race. Now, that Steve is a sharp, not only is he smart, he's pretty sharp.
And he's a nice guy. 9 away from the top, Jared Aha wants to give you his livest, localist, breaking bad news. Break bad for us, Jared.
Good morning, sunny and 69. This is the Paragon Morning News. I'm Jared Atham. 2 Elk City residents are facing multiple felony charges following an alleged kidnapping and attempted robbery investigation in Elk City. According to court records, 67-year-old Kelly Doreen Shepard and 49-year-old Michael Joseph Kinsley were arrested after police investigated a June 7th incident at an apartment in the 400 block of North Jefferson Avenue. Authorities say a man reported being held against his will, threatened with a handgun and baseball bat, and prevented from leaving the residence. Investigators allege the victim was questioned about money and threatened during the incident. Both Shepard and Kinsley have been charged with kidnapping, attempted robbery with a weapon, and conspiracy to commit an act of violence. During a search of the apartment, officers reportedly recovered a revolver, ammunition, a baseball bat, suspected methamphetamine, suspected marijuana, scales, and other drug-related items. Additional charges filed against Shepard include firearm violations, drug distribution offenses, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Both defendants have been formally charged in Beckham County District Court. As always, all defendants are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. Western Oklahoma voters head to the polls today for Oklahoma's primary election. Polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. as voters across the state cast ballots for governor, lieutenant governor, attorney general, legislative offices, and State Question 832, which would gradually increase Oklahoma's minimum wage. Locally, several county commission races are on the ballot. Beckham County features contested Republican races in Districts 1 and 3, while voters in Custer, Greer, Roger Mills, and Ouachita counties will also decide commissioner nominations. Mangum voters will fill an unexpected term on the City Board of Trustees. Candidates advancing from today's primary will move on to the November general election, with runoff elections scheduled for August 25th if needed. Election officials remind voters to bring an approved form of identification and verify their polling location before heading to the polls. Unofficial results will begin to be released after the polls close tonight. In state news, the Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics raids a marijuana grow in Greene County. Oklahoma News Network's Rex Oates has that.
Agents served a search warrant at the Anima Growing LLC in Nowata late last week, seizing just under 50,000 plants. 7 people on site were taken into ICE custody. Officials think the grow was conducting illegal cultivation, using a straw ownership scheme to fraudulently obtain their license, and distributing pot on the black market. I'm Rex Oates.
These stories and more on our Facebook page and website. Sunny right now. It's currently 69. This has been the Paragon Morning News. I'm Jared Atham.
96.5 KEC. Oh, early morning show. Now you know, and there you go. Nathan Landry on the radio. Positive Pause pet sitting. Are you going to have to leave Fifi or Fluffy or Spot or Checkers for the day, for the weekend, or for vacation for a week? Let Julie take care of them. Positive Pause pet sitting. Positive Pause pet sitting. On Facebook, search Positive Pause pet sitting.
Nathan, do we have the recipe for some delicious and tasty year-old wedding cake?
Okay, here we go from the text line. Our cake was good after a year, but you see, Landry, they had triple protection. We put it in saran wrap, then Reynolds wrap, then a Ziploc freezer bag.
with the saran wrap and all the, doesn't the frosting stick to it?
That's what I would. That's what I would think.
But maybe freezing it, it doesn't. Or maybe it does.
I bet you're right.
Is it frosting or icing, by the way?
Okay, another listener says Oklahoma's Constitution was the longest in the country for a century. Now, I must admit, I have never read completely the Oklahoma Constitution because I've just not had the time. It's super long.
I've not had the interest.
It's super long. But our listener said it was finally surpassed by Alabama in 2022.
I knew that Oklahoma's Constitution was long, much longer than the United States Constitution. I
Now,
knew that,
see-
but I didn't realize it was the nation's longest.
Which is, at a time, people in 1787, people weren't known for brevity. Their writing was more stylized and formal, and
But maybe ink was hard to come by.
well, that's true. You
Sure,
got
and
the
quills.
How about
and
getting
quills.
the goose's feather, the quill, and then you got to get the ink.
Well, first of all, you have to find a guy with a skill with the quill. And then you have to find the quill and the ink and the paper. And in 1907, maybe it was more abundant. Did they have ballpoint pens then?
One of our listeners said, "Great show, fellas. You did such a good job. Take the rest of the day off without pay." The polls have been open for 57 minutes. They will be open for 11 hours and 3 minutes. Today is vote day, primary day in Oklahoma. My prediction for governor's race of Oklahoma, we will go to a runoff.
Yes.
If I had to pick two, look, I would say Drummond and Keating. But Landry, you say...
I think, unless I'm nuts and I'm misremembering, Donald Trump endorsed Mike Mazzei. So, and supposedly...
Okay, so do you think there's going to be a runoff?
There'll definitely be a runoff.
Who will be the top two?
Mazzei and Keating, based on endorsements.
So you think it's Mazzei Keating?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Drummond and Keating.
It might be, because he is related to the pioneer woman, and he has free social media as the Attorney General, where he's posting a lot running for office.
Whatever happened to the franking privilege?
Is that Frank-ing privilege? You know, Chip Keating's dad was Frank. Ing Keating.
Take a look at the Penny News, because on page 1, a couple of local candidates are there, Beckham County Commissioner and Beckham County Commissioner. Oh, wait, one's District 3, one's District 1. There's a lot of and how are you going to vote on the whole minimum wage question? We haven't even touched that this morning. What are you going to do on the minimum wage question? So we've got out here, depending on where you live at our listening area, you'll have state legislative, state Senate, and state rep races to vote on.
United States Senate.
United States Senate, that's right.
Mark Wayne Mullins' seat.
Who you voting for? I've only heard from one candidate, but listen, if Gary Ty England is on that ballot, I'm voting for Gary Ty England.
Gary England.
That's
Jump
right.
back, running for Senate.
But we've also got county commissioner races out here in western Oklahoma.
That's right.
So there's that.
And state Senate. Did you mention that?
Yeah. State Senate and state house races out here. How you voting? A minimum wage question. How you voting on that? We've got governor's race, attorney general. Boy, what a stinko race that is. My opponent has killed little puppies in front of children. I have not. I watched you kill a cat and eat it in front of... No, I
Have
have
any
not.
of the ads for AG been anything about the law at all?
About how they're going to uphold the law and keep Chinese farmers from riding around in tractors flying the Chinese flag in Oklahoma.
Chinese tractors are overrunning Oklahoma, draped in the Chinese flag.
I hope you pick up a copy of the Penny News to see who to vote for county commissioner. Fox News, Exploring Energy, and more are coming up right here on 96.5 FM KECO in Elk City. Stay safe. Stay hydrated while you vote, because it's going to be a sweaty election. And remember, on KECO Radio in Elk City, we love you.